Last year, Culturama, when I sang the people's voice, my fancy undertaker, you are the people's choice. My friend Woody told me, for Culturama 50, no matter what song you sing, the final fix already. I ignore all what they told me, and I went and sang my song. But at the end of the night, I was that name in that final round with all my hard work and dedication. Now it's time for me to retake. Should I just bow out gratefully from the Calypso? Calypso is an expression what goes on in the country. So don't judge me politically. I pour out my heart and soul in each and every line, just trying to express this.
At home, so try and understand. Let's get one thing straight up. You ain't standing my cat. I complain from a migraine. What my cat have to do with that? I know you take me for a simpleton, but you're not a veterinarian.
The name of the song is Cat Scan.
Speaking on the wrong woman, 'cause there's no way I'm bringing my cat for you to scan.
Okay.
Doc, you not stand my cat. The doc told her, listen, young woman, I think you have the wrong impression. He explained to her that a cat scan is similar to a mammogram. But she said, the doctor's explanation, voice in her objection. I told you of my complaint, but like you wanna quest, because now you want to examine my chest. Let's get one thing straight now. You ain't scanning my cat. I complain from a migraine. What my cat have to do with that? And now you take me for a simpleton, but you're not a veterinarian. Look, today you're picking on the wrong woman, 'cause there's no way I'm bringing my cat for you to scan.
Listen to your doctor, miss. Mine. Okay.
Doc realize he facing a crisis. Never been accused of malpractice. Wondering how he could handle this and keep his name out of stupidness. He never ever had a patient who tried to accuse him of malintent. While considering the best way to respond, the woman kept repeating the admonition. Let's get one thing straight on. You always can in my cat. I complain for a migraine. What my cat have to do with that? I know you take me for a simpleton, but you're not a veterinarian. Look, today you're picking on the wrong woman, 'cause there's no way I'm bringing my cat for you to scan.
Wordplay is very important. Sounds of Empress lyric song called Cat Scan. Wordplay is very important, eh? But if I was her, I would have listened to her doctor. Doctor knows best. Now we're going to the King Hollywood. Song name 51 is a number.
51 is a
Number 2.
51 is a number 2.
51 is a number 2.
Why? Good night. Don't forget this year, any one of the Calypsonians could walk away with the crown because the king said he's bowing out gracefully.
Bow.
Listen. 51, I'm here to your rescue. Won't let no one treat you like number 2. You deserve respect and recognition like Bowling 50. I'm the activist who believe in fairness. Evidence shows King Hollywood true to this. In mathematics, you can twist 9 and 6, but after 50, for sure come 51. Without Abonati, let's keep counting on. Everybody count. Let me hear you count. Continue to count. Each year must count. Count. I want to celebrate another milestone, but I can't do it alone. Just can't do it alone. I'm one who believes in righteousness. I owe my fans and country this. Masqueraders count. All the sponsors count. Sandy Chicken count. Heroes getting count. 51 is a number 2.
51 is a number 2.
Don't treat it like a number 2.
51 is a number 2.
51 is a number 2.
51 is a number 2.
After 51 is 52.
51 is a number 2.
Sounds of the King Hollywood singing a song called 51 is a number 2. Wordplay is very important. He'll be one of the Calypsonians Friday night.
Fans asking who taking part this year. They wondering where all the hype from last year. The big promotions and invitation for the great summer line. 49 more years to go. We energy running low. Resilience we need to show. Although many things were said, I remain committed. Before my demise, I would like to see our festival celebrate a century. Everybody count. Let me hear you count. Continue to count. Each year must count. I want to celebrate another milestone, but I
can't do it alone.
Oh no.
Just can't do it alone.
Culturama is truly special. Come enjoy something local. Queen contestant count, Calypsonian count, masqueraders count. After 50 count, 51 is a number 2.
51 is a number 2.
I need no excuse from you.
51 is a number 2.
51 is a number 2.
51 is a number 2.
Please, 52.
51 is a number 2.
Yeah! 51 is also a number we need to celebrate every year. We want to make a century.
Here you come.
Take me down low. Man in charge, come let we reason. No sabotage, we learn this in kindergarten. Please comprehend, I won't pretend that all is going well. Rise to the occasion to make our tradition, not only for fun, but for preservation. I remain firm and strong to defend 51 and looking forward to celebrating 52. Our culture stands strong, so let's continue. Everybody count. Let me hear you count. Continue to count. Each year must count.
Good afternoon, one and all, and welcome to this, our second day in the series of Poets in the Square for 2025. We welcome you. We started yesterday with a bang, and we are going straight through to Friday. I want to say a special good afternoon to our feature poet, Miss Tamisha Sadler. She recited beautifully yesterday, and she will be reciting today again, right through to Friday. Also want to say a special good afternoon to our reigning Culturama Calypso King, King Astro. The fans saying that he's the real king. He should have been here yesterday. The impromptu topic yesterday was the real king. So you missed that, king. Today, we are going to have another impromptu topic that we are inviting you, the audience, to take part. We would have judges selected from amongst you, the audience, and the winner would win themselves one ticket to tonight's show, the Talented Youth Pageant. Ladies and gentlemen, just by way of announcement, starting tomorrow, we would have as feature peeling of vegetables, and you, the audience, would also be able to take part in that activity. You may want to walk with an apron. You may want to walk with a knife, but only for peeling purposes, not as a weapon. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start the ball rolling for today. It gives me pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, to call to the podium to recite to us a young lady who won the impromptu poetry yesterday. And she's going to open the baton on this, our second day. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome to the podium Miss Joyce Moven to recite to us, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here.
It's Culturama 51, and I hope that we would all enjoy what the festivities have to offer. This poem, on the first, the pieces that I'm going to do for you today, they are original pieces. I really tried. So the first piece I'm going to do for you is entitled Village Life. The chatter, the laughter, the singing, the dancing, the cheering, the screaming, the crying, village life. Days of fun under the golden sun, children laughing, running about, shouting for fun, happy in the knowledge that the school doors were finally closed, freed from lessons, but still having to complete their daily chores. From sunrise to sunset, we spun homemade tops with glee, shot catapults and pitch marbles eagerly, our knuckles aching from the endless play, while the brave did somersaults, chasing joys all day, playing rounders and cricket in the street, plumbing the middle, skipping, hopscotch, and hide and seek, joyful days of simple pleasures, always on repeat. Roasting cherry seeds, pounding almonds, enjoying hot bread and butter. Oh, such a lovely fare. Eating sugar cakes, sucking sugar canes, and using the long grass and charcoal for our teeth welfare. The days of harvesting the crops of potatoes, yams, and tanyas, and everyone in the village sharing that bunch of ripe bananas. The days of cleaning cotton to rid them of bugs and worm, and feeling the joy of hearing the inspector proclaim, "Your bag we will confirm." Waiting at the standpipe, longing for the water's flow. People jostling, vying, sometimes coming to physical blows, pushing and fighting, trying to figure out whose bath pan was first in the row. Moments of community life displayed in the warm outdoor air. Women heading to the river to wash and dry the clothes, carrying life's simple tasks with strength and grace in their steps as in harmony they go. A long day of scrubbing and pounding on stones to get the perfect white, showcasing their handiwork with purposeful and rhythmic delight. Then, in the midday sun, they made their way home, balancing buckets of water atop their heads with pride. Careful and steady, they walked the winding road, fearing a stumble, a spill of that delicate load. Heading to the bay on Saturdays, or waiting impatiently at home, listening for the sound of the conch shell, signaling the fisherman's return. Men setting nets, gathering wilks with care, diving, spearfishing, adventurers rare. Women tending the farm with gentle grace, animal rearing in their rightful place. When life was simple and friends would share, plaiting your hair with tender flair. We cherish those moments forever, holding them close year after year. Neighbors gathered round the fireplace glow, sharing gossip, secrets only they know. In that fleeting moment, worries fade away, forgetting their troubles, if only for a day. Ah, the beauty of simple village life. Hiding from the witnesses as they come knocking to engage in conversations deep, lurking in the shadows and crawling under beds, pretending to be asleep. Walking barefoot along gravel roads, donkeys laden with heavy loads, market days and shopping sprees, men playing dominoes and drinking rum beneath the shade of guinea and mango trees, their animated laughter carried on the breeze. 3 stones cooking, oh, the food so sweet. Breadfruit, sweet potatoes, corn pork to eat, with other assorted meats on the side, washed down with a cup of swag with pride. Men pondering life, unaware of how much Hammond they'd imbibe. Village life, simple and true, timeless scenes in our world's view.
The days of outside pit latrine, all covered in zinc, of lighting that flambeau to get rid of the creatures that hid within, of men moving houses on drums and coconut trunks. The wonder of their skills could never be debunked. In an era without the street lights glow, the moon was our guide, soft and slow, listening to ghost stories that made us shiver. Their frightening tales made our tender hearts quiver. The many nicknames with witty flair, sometimes so funny they made you stare. How they came about, their origins one may never know. Some would claim they started from a fopper made before you could crawl. They stuck with you for life, no matter where you may go, those nicknames all. The days we look forward to Easter, savoring the conchies and cassava bread, boys and girls flying kites, watching them soar over our heads. The hot days of summer when we all break out in sweat, praying fervently for a cooling breeze that would rustle the leaves, of savoring the summer rains, gladly getting wet, with little thought of the fevers we might get. Enjoying summer fruits in endless supplies, juicy and sweet, setting lizard traps, husking coconuts, all with such ease, stored in mangoes, climbing trees, carefree at peace, without a fear of the honey's bee sting, childlike voices around us would ring. As we savor each bite of doved pork at Christmas time, the aromas of the various dishes filling the air, the sweet and delicious cakes baked just right in the stone oven, enjoying the richness of sorrel drink, its smooth and dark flavor adding to the festive cheer, waiting anxiously with neighbors for the Christmas sports to come around, the big drum and string band producing such wonderful sounds, the masquerades, clowns, giant display, and nigger business too. And if you didn't wish your stories exposed, you'd better shut your door. Attending church services on Sunday mornings and afternoon Sunday school, the scriptures learned and values taught has helped us to follow the golden rule. There are many stories left untold, the souls lost along the way, their loving memories we continue to cherish every day. Oh, how I long for the revival of those days of sitting on stones in the open air, enjoying the simple things of life which have molded us throughout the years. Village life, the life we once took for granted. How wonderful it would be if we could authentically and truly rebrand them. The other one I would do is entitled Thank God for You, and it is a tribute to our older persons. What would I have done if it weren't for you? You who guided me when I needed help. You who reprimanded me when I needed discipline. You who comfort my heart when it was broken. You who rejoiced with me when I found success. You who were there for me in moments big and small. You who are like that strong old trunk with branches in every direction, with leaves that represent family members for whom you hold affection. Had it not been for the roots of our elders put down that created such a strong foundation, the fruits we now so enjoy would never have been conceivable. So when you see a senior citizen trying to open a heavy door, hold it open yourself. Don't let that senior struggle anymore. When you see an elder anxiously trying to cross a busy road, help him or her across. You've no idea of the gift you've bestowed. When you see an elderly person sitting quietly alone in a park, stop and strike up a conversation. Your kindness will surely leave its mark. When an elder speaks to you, try to focus and listen. There's often wisdom in those words that you just might be missing. So now that you've reached your golden years, I will be there for you to show you love and care. I just want you to know I thank God for you. Let us all show our elders how we respect and honor all that they've lived through. Don't forget, if we are lucky, someday we'll be elders too. And my final piece for today is entitled Our Men. Yes. Berated, underrated, seldom truly valued or praised, condemned, ridiculed, often left in a haze, treated unkindly, thought of as being left on their own, never caring if their smiles have faded into frowns, our men. Yet they can show love, respect, worship, and adore the women in their lives with hearts true and pure, would give their lives if trust in her is found, cherish their women most, definitely proud, our men. If in her his mind is solidly set, oh, how his heart would leap. A jewel in his cap with him no other man can complete. Would worship and adore his woman all in his sleep and weekly surrender his entire salary with sincerity deep. Amen. Most times they lose their way if she is not near. Their personal growth often takes a backseat, unclear, always on the hustle, chasing the dream to provide for their households, or so it seems, our men. Their survival often hinges on a woman's care, neglecting their own needs, unaware, with passion blazing in their eyes, love in their hearts. When they truly love from her, they never depart, our men. Some are smooth talkers, masters of charm, leaving hearts broken, causing lasting harm. A lover, a charmer, a connoisseur of delight, even climbing through a window in the dead of night, our men. What can we do but shower them with love? Be kind and gentle, trusting our Father's blessings from above. Let us guide, support, and understand as women of faith. Show appreciation with a gentle hand, warmth, and divine grace. Let us work with them, support and heal, daily showing how much we truly feel. Our men, with all their flaws and vulnerability, deserve our love, our kindness, our embrace as the future of humanity. Our men. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you put your hands together for the Miss Moven? History in poetry. I really like the first and the last one. You know, I want to be loved and I am a man. Ladies and gentlemen, she spoke about swank. I'm wondering if the younger ones know what swank is and Baybridge. But we're going to move on. Ladies and gentlemen, our next poet is going to come to recite to us, first time reciting at Poets in the Square. She's going to do a poem entitled Papa. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome Miss Louise.
Good afternoon, everyone. My poem is entitled Pauper. It was written by Mrs. Ermelita Elliott. She didn't give me permission to use it, but she did not give me the permission to use it, but using it still. I'll try and do justice to it. So many days hunger was endured for you because you were loved, and that is true. It was ensured care was taken of you, and you were taught to do what is honest and true. Imagine you have a dwelling to live in, living like a queen or a king. Is there a word of gratitude you have to share? Yet you were taught to be honest and fair. Education for us was free every day. Church you attended each Lord's Day. Now that you have become adults, it seems you have joined the lack of respect cult. Some attitudes thrive on the negative side, but no law or order you want to abide. Riches are scarce. That is very true, because parents have become paupers just for you. Reflections. Oh yes, we reflect from one thing to another, and is this direct. Lord, help us to take what you have to offer, because for children's sake, some parents have become pauper. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can do better than that for Louise. First time reciting at Poets in the Square. Sometimes the way we think, the way we move, the way we act and think like paupers. Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, our next poet happens to be a man who have crowned many times on Nevis and a few times on St. Kitts. Ladies and gentlemen, he's royal. He's our reigning Calypso monarch. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome to the podium our reigning senior Calypso monarch, King Astro, as he comes to recite an invitation to us, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's indeed a pleasure being here to do this. I will not be on the stage final night, so for this year, this is my stage. Roger, you might, want me to do what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to do one of my winning pieces from last year. Of course, it was written by my great Creighton Pension, and I personally feel like this is one of his finest work ever provided to me from him. Name of it is Invitation. Invitation for you to come. For Culturama celebrations. Visitors from far and near, come join this grand gala affair. A big package of excitement for your fun and enjoyment, to satisfy your desire for some great entertainment. Just follow your heart and come and take part. Come take a break from your boredom. You're more than welcome. So for Culturama 51, I want you to come. If you're longing for action, come join the fete. Come find someone to jam you soaking wet. Prime up with sarsaparilla and Hammond. Experience real excitement when you come. For the Caribbean's greatest summer explosion, a lot to excite you, to make you come. Let it explode like champagne on this grand occasion, ejaculating joy and sweet fun can't done. For this homecoming celebration, Culturama 51, I'm so glad you come. Come enjoy Island Sweet Romance. You won't forget this great experience. Catch the spirit of C51. Don't miss this golden opportunity. Come feel the embrace of a warm hospitality. Engage in all the activities of mass and fantasy. Come and mingle with happy people. In a sea of reveling humanity, discharge your heavy load. Don't load it in the long jam, just leave it on the road. Culturama Golden Jubilee, your satisfaction is guaranteed. To fill your cup and running over, climaxing last lap in Charlestown area. Celebrating emancipation in an intimate atmosphere. Freedom of expression, lots of love to share. Feel the vibration like waves in the ocean. To rock your boat in ecstasy to a higher plane. So when you leave, you're bound to come back again. So if you're longing for action, just come join the fete. Come find someone to jam you soaking wet. Prime up with sarsaparilla and Hammond. Experience real excitement when you come. For the Caribbean's greatest summer explosion, a lot to excite you to make you come. Let it explode like champagne on this grand occasion. Ejaculating joy and sweet fun can done. So for this homecoming celebration, Culturama 51, I'm so glad you come. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can do better than that for our reigning senior Calypso monarch. He has made history, ladies and gentlemen. He's the only senior Calypso monarch that would sit out undefeated. Give him another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Someone told me in the audience just a while ago, it's a good thing he ain't singing, because others now have a chance to win the monarch. Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on. At this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, the gentleman that I'm about to introduce to you is no stranger to poets in the square. Ladies and gentlemen, can you put your hands together and welcome to the podium Mr. John Kell to recite to us. Can we give him a rousing round of applause as he comes, please?
Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Sorry. Good afternoon, everyone. Culturama 51. Got up this morning feeling full of verse. When I saw the time, my memory's getting worse. Said to my daughter, I've got to go somewhere. She said, yes, it's poets in the square. She said, Dad, put on something neat, as you don't know who you'll meet. When I look around, I know what she meant. So the extra dollars was money well spent. Now just this one now. This one's a true story, is this one. Fed up watching telly, so I went on my veranda. First things that I saw was a goose and a gander. Looking further up the field, I saw some sheep and goats. The only difference was the texture of their coats. Looking further up the field, I saw something quirky. Out of a tree jumped a big turkey. There's pigs, cocks and hens and guinea fowl and much more local things on the prowl. Don't go out much at night. I've never heard or seen an owl. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for John Kell. I really hope that I just neat because I don't know who I meet. So I try to tuck in my pants, in my shirt, in my pants, you know. Is that our Culturama Queen 1995? Give me a wave. Yes. Claudia Walwyn is in the house. Royalties in the house. Culturama Queen 1995. And I'm also seeing another Culturama Queen, Denesia Smith, 2012. Good afternoon, ladies. What I said? A short net. I didn't want to say the whole thing. We pressed for time. I'm sorry, darling. Smithen. That's my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on. Ladies and gentlemen, just like yesterday, we had mother and daughter. Today is no different. We are going to have another pair of mother and daughter, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, they reside on our sister isle. The mom is from Gingerland, a Gingerlander. So she's no stranger, but it's the first time for her poets in the square. Ladies and gentlemen, can you put your hands together and welcome I thought, Mom? So we're going to go with daughter first. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome
Check.
Kalia James to recite for us.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Kaila James, also known as K-Jams, and I am from St. Kitts. I am also a musician, a singer, and a songwriter. But recently, I decided to take a shot at poetry, and I was able to come up with 2 poems that I will be performing for you today. The first one is entitled, Steadily Flows the River. Steadily flows the river, gentle and unassuming. The sound of her water, soft and soothing. Ripple by ripple, she makes her way, tempting me to join, tempting me to play. Steadily flows the river, nourishing the land, moving with purpose, moving with a plan. I'm drawn to the shimmer, the shine, the gleam. As I sit by the river, life is but a dream. Thank you. And yes, for my second poem is entitled Ocean and Sky. Ocean and Sky. We meet at the horizon, longing to connect. I roll and splash beneath your blanket. Our worlds are vast, our secrets kept, taunting onlookers to explore our depths. You shower me with tears of favor. I give them back to you as water vapor. Like twins, we match as your colors run dye. I am the ocean. You are my sky. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You can do better than that for Kaila. I get it correct, I hope.
You tell me, meet me in the heart of Charlestown. Yes, Papa. I'll be waiting there, boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands once more together for Kaila James. 2 beautiful poems, and it's always a pleasure when we have persons journeying across the Narrows to join us for Poets in the Square. Can we give her another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me pleasure now to introduce Mommy, a fellow Nevisian, a fellow Gingerlander, now reside on the sister isle of St. Kitts. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome to recite to us Miss Venetia Clark. Give her a round of applause, please, as she comes.
Good afternoon, everyone. And please give me, with all the back and forth, please give me a minute to find the poem. Thank you.
Boy, I can sing calypso. Soca queen. Boy, I can dance the limbo. I cannot dance the masquerade, but for sure I'll be there. I'm your poet and I'm here. Boy, you ready for poems in the square? Look me boys, poems in the square with the poets in the square. Ain't got no melody for sale, it's strictly nursery rhymes and fairy tales. Look, she tell me the owl and the pussycat went to sing. Yes, Papa. In a beautiful
again, ladies and gentlemen. You know they say good thing come to those who wait, so thank you for waiting. Okay. I was introduced as Venetia Clark, but some of you would know me as Lady Composer. I competed as a Calypsonian in Culturama 23. I made it as far as the semifinals. Today, I'm going to be doing some poetry. You know, Calypso is not very far from poetry. Calypso is a poem with a tune. Okay, my poem is and yes, that's my daughter. My poem is entitled Fake News. Some people like a whole lot of gossip. So they go to social media to get it from WhatsApp, Facebook, X, and YouTube. The latest news circulating, social media busily spreading, and bet your life that's gossipers' paradise. But while you like sensational media, the report may be erroneous in nature. So before you swallow it hook, line, and sinker, here is something you should consider. It may be fake news. something's not true, but you're out there spreading, scandalizing, and ridiculing out of envy, spite, or dirty fighting. The fake news that you sent, because pure revenge was your intent, has a reputation now in predicament. But why would you choose to be a monster with such rumor just because of anger? But when someone returns the favor and defames your name all over, will you like that fake news? Fake news has far-reaching consequences and can cause quite a lot of damage. So, be mindful before you post something that's not true. It can ruin relationships, cause heartache and much panic, or even make somebody kick the bucket. It can bring much negative attention to an individual or to a whole nation. It can even bring you legal action. So to these things, give much consideration and say no to fake news. I thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you put your hands together one more time for Miss Clark, lady composer? And for sure, she is not fake, but some news are fake news. Just a little about lady composer. She is also a songwriter. She has written many songs for a number of junior calypsonians on St. Kitts. I'm not sure about Nevis, but I know St. Kitts for sure. And of course, she writes for herself. Can we give lady composer another round of applause, please? Ladies and gentlemen, it's such a wonderful feeling when persons come to visit and they come to Poets in the Square and they recognize what's going on and they too want to be an active part of what's going on. So, we have given them an opportunity to be part of what's going on this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call a fellow Caribbean person who now resides in the United Kingdom to come and recite for us now. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome Paula to recite for us. Originally from Jamaica, resides in England to do a poem entitled That Man of Mine. Ladies and gentlemen, Paula.
Greetings. This is Impromptu. This is my first time in Nevis, and I thought, what better place than to express my gratitude to this man of mine. I want to do. You got me? Oh, you're holding it. Okay. Okay, so this year, this trip to Nevis is in celebration of our 38th wedding anniversary. So this is to him. Dear Lord, come on. Secure in himself and his right to be father of my children, head of our family. He's reliable. He's dependable. He's weak, but he's strong. He's fitted admirably into my lifelong plan. The rings round our fingers would not mean a thing if the rings round our hearts were made of string. Like a pair of dray horse, we carry the load, trundling along life's bumpy road, avoiding the ruts, negotiating the bend. Me and my black hair, brown-eyed, black-skinned friend. There were times when I thought we'd have gone our separate ways, but those are long, long gone days. Steady, secure, supporting each other, me and my black hair, brown-eyed, black-skinned lover. Me forget the last verse. Okay, I found it. Okay, I'll make it very good. This man of mine, he has come so far. In my eyes, he's a shining star. His body, not perfect, but just right. Silhouette against the evening sun. I tell you this, be it good or bad or otherwise, he's my black hair, brown-eyed, black skin Adonis.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at my sheet here, you would recognize it's all marked up. I was taking notes, lyrics. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together once again for Paula, Jamaica, and now living in England. First time to Nevis. Another round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm now going to let you know what our topic for the impromptu poem would be. And the topic is Them Judges. Them Judges. Now, if you want to participate, you can indicate by raising your hand. Persons dressed in a light green, like myself, would give you a pen and a piece of paper for you to compose your poem. Your poem should not be more than 10 lines and not less than 8. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, anyone at all could participate. So please indicate by raising your hand, and someone from the subcommittee would come and give you a piece of paper and a pencil or pen for you to compose your poem. Ladies and gentlemen, who say Nevis say nice? Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to introduce to you another young lady who resides in the United Kingdom. And she's here with us, and she asked that she be able to recite today, and we have obliged. Ladies and gentlemen, her name is Julie, but she goes by the name of Soca Queen. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and welcome to the podium to recite for us, out of the UK, Soca Queen. Give Sharon a round of applause as she comes, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Something I wrote on It's a Nevision thing when I arrived. This isn't my first time on your beautiful island, and hopefully it will never be my last. It's called A Visitor's Eye View. A visitor's eye view. We arrive in the blazing sun for the island to get quickly dark. Mosquitoes bite us to say hello. How the hell are you? Our body clocks take a while to adjust. We drink beer like pop. As we are non-stop dehydrated. We drink water like we are in a desert. We jump on buses on and off. Personal space don't count, but the chat is really, really nice. We listen intently as people chat about us and then about us, because who are we? But we're happy to be here. We understand patois very much, so we laugh along. We are polite and courteous. That goes a long way. We are grateful we are healthy to be able to travel over the pond. 4,000 miles away we live. Not too long for a taste of paradise. And as we start another glorious day on your island as a visitor, stop and say hello. Tell us the blessed places to go and make us aware of not so good places. We are by no means rich, but we are rich in knowledge and education of your island's past, present and hopefully future. Nevis is nice, like all the travel brochures state, but I know for one, Nevis is nice. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together once again for Julie, a.k.a. the Soca Queen. Nevis is so nice that she don't mind being welcomed by the mosquito bite, because she's been here. This is her 10th time on island. Give her another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. You can do better than that, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I just want to give you the topic for our impromptu poem that you would compose, and it's Them Judges. You want me to give you a hint? Them judges cheat. You want me to give you another line? Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on. And at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, the privilege is mine to welcome to the podium to recite to us a young lady who is no stranger to Poets in the Square, a young lady who has been composing for a number of years, a young lady who would be having her own poetry night tomorrow, Wednesday. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together and welcome to the podium, Miss Gillian Vaughn.
Good? Okay then. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon again, everyone. So my friend said I should entitle this poem, Culturama 51. It goes like this. There was a huge celebration right here in Queen City last year when Culturama turned 50. Social media popping, and Fian went out selling, hyping up tourism. People came from all over. Players rampack, could hardly find space in a corner. No matter where you turn, 50 was advertised in foreign, country, and in town. They say, now it's 51. It looks like everything gone wrong. No posters, no string bands, and no beating at the big drum. People upset and vexed. Everybody sending texts, asking what happening next. A friend of mine called me asking, where is the one down for Culturama? Me say, Culturama? The school children say, check La Amiga. Cause the whole place dead, only the shadow passing over we head. They say people grieving strong for
for Culturama 51. Another thing me hear, Lord, a pure trouble in the ear. The band them said they're fed up of taking garbage like the dump truck. This culture is a Nevis thing, but they want to pay us anything. So Odyssey, the band from country, who lead singer is Easy, said they're not playing until the committee start paying. Sign the contract and only then they will start talking. I know them fans won't show up, so the whole jamming mash up. Some words I choose not to use. So if you're following me closely, you'll end this for me easily. But I will say it properly because this girl here, she bougie. But them say the Culturama committee fuck up. Them got 51 bankrupt. Well, I am not getting involved because I am still here participating at Poets in the Square. So let me use this forum to tell you 51 ain't done. So dress up in your bling bling and join the crowd and have some fun. It is true, Culturama run down. So sound the drums and play the pan for Culturama 51. This is not one of Culturama activity, but I just love me poetry. So on Wednesday, July 30, up by Steadily at 7:30, I will be hosting my first ever poetry explosion. So come out in your numbers and watch me in full motion. Marsha Griffin and Idella Mead in action. Understand it is not free. Not when it comes to serious poetry. So tickets are on sale for only 30 EC. Check me, I'm gonna make all of we happy. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, should I ask you to put your hands together for Miss Gillian Vaughn? I know you can do better than that. Creativity in motion. What a way to advertise. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. As she said, Culturama 51 ain't done. Just up in your bling bling. 51 is a number 2. A Calypsonian said that in song also. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you would have gotten your paper, your pens and pencil, and you are jotting down or composing your poem that entitled Them Cheat. But ladies and gentlemen, at this point in time, I would like to call to the podium Mrs. Shelley Liburd to read the profile of our feature poet. Welcome, Mrs. Liburd, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, everybody. Before I read the profile for Mr. Sadler, I just can't, with your permission, Madam Chair, I want to sidetrack a little bit. I want to shout out Paula. You know, when I came here in the square, she was asking me about the whole setup. And she said that she wanted to say a poem. And then she said, oh, no, I'm joking. But that man of mine, you know, it was really, really, really well done. And I fell in love with Poopa Wheeler yesterday. So I'm going to combine fake news and that man of mine, right? So it's fake news, that man of mine. You know what I'm saying? You know, I appreciate that. And we thank you for that impromptu poem. And we see you next year. Tomorrow? So much the better. Tomorrow. Tamisha Sadler is a dedicated educator and proud mother of 5 who has spent the past 24 years shaping and inspiring young minds. A passionate teacher with a creative spirit, she brought lessons to life by weaving poetry into her teaching, using rhyme and wordplay to make learning both fun and impactful. Her love for poetry began in high school and has blossomed into a lifelong passion. For Tamisha, poetry is more than a hobby. It is a powerful form of expression that gives voice to her thoughts, emotions, and the stories often left untold. She draws inspiration from the world around her, transforming everyday moments into beautiful words of art. Outside of the classroom, Miss Sadler enjoys dancing to her favorite beats, getting lost in pages of a good book, composing heartfelt poems, and cherishing time with family and friends. Her vibrant personality, creative soul, and commitment to education make her a treasured member of her community and a true inspiration to those around her. Let us welcome Ms. Sadler to the microphone.
Good afternoon again. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming. And it's truly an honor. It's day 2, and I have 2 pieces for you today. These pieces would let you know a little bit about me, what I do, and why I do it. The first one is called A Noble Profession. In this world filled of professions, I chose the noblest one, the one that teaches everyone. The job is surely a calling. It's engaging, nurturing, and exciting. It is in the business of lifelong learning. This is one of those vocations that allows one to make meaningful connections and leave long-lasting impressions. A job where you interact with the little ones and unearth their creative expressions while guiding them in the right direction. Its main goal is to provide education, a task that needs a lot of dedication when building the foundation for the future generation. In this special career that I hold so dear, you will find workers that are extraordinary, committed, patient, and always show their care. I love what I do. It means everything. It is so inspiring, rewarding, and exciting. I would not change it for anything. I am in the profession that is far-reaching, the one that is all-encompassing. I am in the noble profession of teaching. And this one is called Education Is. I am in the profession of teaching, which is education is the foundation. Education is. Education is the key for us to be whatever we want to be. Education is the key to progress if in life you want success. Education is the key to altitude once you have the right attitude. Education is the key to knowledge. It's for the young, old, and the underprivileged. Education is the key to growth. Just think positive, no self-doubt. Education is the key to life, for with it, you can combat any pain and strife. Education is the key to the future, for with it, lives get better and better. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together once again for Miss Tamisha Sadler. She will be here with us all week, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just giving the participants another minute or so just to finish up, and then we would go right in, but I can tell you the name of the judges. Paula Hanley, want to say special Paulette. Where is Paula from? Paulette Hanley, a special good afternoon to you. That's the lady who has been here each and every year. Can we give a rousing round of applause, please? She's one of the judges. Good afternoon to Adina Taylor, another one of our judges. And good afternoon to Sonia Pemberton, another of our judges. Give our judges a round of applause, please. The participants this afternoon are Claudia, Hyacinth, Shefton, Paula, and Vanessa. Are we ready, participants? Yes? No? Okay. I was given a poem. I think this is Vanessa Tavares. I'm going to read it to myself first. Okay, let me just read it aloud and see if I hope I do justice to your poem, Vanessa. It's entitled, Them Judges. So judges, this is part of the competition. Okay? Judges? Them judges. Lord, them poor judges. Them always I say them cheat. Poor judges cannot take the heat. At the end of the day, no matter what they do, we're not walking in them shoe. So leave the judges to do what they ask to do. Thank you. This is Miss Tavares' piece. So judges, yes? And when you are through, you can let me know, then I'll call the other participants. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I want to invite you to the Nevis Cultural Complex later this evening to witness the Talented Youth Pageant. If you haven't got your ticket as yet, you can go to the Cotton Jewelry Mall upstairs to the Culturama Secretariat and get a physical ticket there. Wednesday, we have some dance production at NEPAC, and we have poetry at the Linsdale patio right adjacent to the El Comito Tonito Willett Park. We are ready? Yes, good. I like that. So our participants are ready? Ladies and gentlemen, our second participant, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Hyacinth to do a poem, Impromptu, Them Cheat. Them judges, sorry. Them judges.
Good afternoon. Them judges. The sun is hot, so they can't say a lot. But say we must, a poem on the spot. Them judges a hard time had, because the poet, they head real bad. The heat in them head, let them brain dead. So never mind the outcome, just blame the sun.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together once again for Hyacinth. You can do better than that, ladies and gentlemen. Them judges. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go according to my sheet. Oh, Paula is ready. Ladies and gentlemen, can we welcome Paula once again to do Them Judges.
remember, I'm from England, so mine is going to be in the Queen's English, all right? So mine, can you hear me, judges? All right. So, cute as a button, calm and relaxed. Green looks good on them. These are all facts. Their jobs, I do not want. As careful aiming eyes, meticulous listening ears, watching for emotions and watching for tears. Thank you for the work you do. I pray that God will truly bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together once again for Paula. Ladies and gentlemen, we now call to the microphone Claudia. Wow. She pull out. Ladies and gentlemen, our final participant, ladies and gentlemen, the lone male. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Welcome to the podium, Shefton Liburd. Them judges. I will want to hear what he said, he does judge too.
Should be. Yeah. Oh, Lord. Yes, Lord. Now, people advantage, eh? Because I always tell people, I don't write. I recite, but I don't write. And whenever I'm encouraged to find some way of sidestepping, but my dear cousin, he decided I mustn't get away today. And so I was forced to put something together. I'll share it. I don't know if it's a poem, but it's a lot of words. Them judges, a common feature in many areas. No matter the occasion, they're bound to be present. Be it on a stage or just a writer's circle, their expertise must come into play. Truth be told, they really have to work hard, sifting out the competitors while competing with the crowd. In the school, in the community, or even in the church, they all seem, though, to have the same DNA, because at the end of the occasion, you are sure to hear them judges cheat.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together once again for Shefton. Yes. Now, judges. Judges would tabulate the scores. They would hand them to... Okay. Ms. Sadler is going to come and recite to us while the judges fine-tune the scores. Then they will hand them to Mrs. Rollins, and she'll hand them over to me, and I'll announce the winner. Ms. Sadler, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. While we wait, this piece is entitled F Words. When we speak, F words are frequently heard. Some inspire and help to push us forward. When we talk about the things to come, the F word future is the one. When we think of making amends, the F word forgiveness is what we recommend. When in life we need to be accessible, the F word we use is flexible. When the task is very important to us, the F word we use is focus. When we live our lives without restraint, freedom is the F word we proclaim. When we think of love, honor, and unity, we use the F word, family. When we have to hope, trust, and wait, we use the F word, faith. When in life you are looking for balance, fairness is the F word to take this stance. When to a person or thing you give special preference, favorite is the F word to show the difference. Trust, loyalty, and kindness creates a relationship. For this, the F word we use is friendship. F words are there to be used freely. Choose the F word that makes you fun, fierce, or fancy. Okay, this one is entitled The Evolution of the Donkey. If your transport long ago was a donkey, that was the best vehicle to take you on your journey. These beasts of burdens were cherished long ago to carry humans and precious cargo. Many persons had one of their own. They would carry you from country to town. They carried the heavy loads of fish, vegetables, and bags of coal. Donkeys are no longer seen as a luxury. They are now public enemy number one to everybody. Pulling the garbage from the bins or turning on pipes to get a drink. Today, the police the traffic causing accidents, proving to all that they are a real nuisance. So country and town they roam, for pastures and paddocks are no longer their homes. Some say kill them for their meat, tame them for the tourists to ride as a fun treat. Create a local donkey sanctuary. It will be a welcome boost to the economy. We have to control the donkey population to hinder the chaos and traffic obstructions. They no longer serve the original purpose. So there's need to be a solution to stop the donkey ruckus. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Tamisha Sadler, our feature poet. I fell in love, with the first one, the F word. Because there's an F word that you should find, that you should be familiar with at all times. Because that F word is a friendly one, you should always know that Fyfield is the one. Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on. Ladies and gentlemen, just before I call the results that I have right here in my hands, I just want to remind us all that tomorrow our feature activity is the peeling of provisions. I don't know what the provisions would be, but it could be sweet potato, it could be yarn, it could be tanya, it could be edo, it could be breadfruit, it could be green bananas. So please, we're asking you to come prepared. You may want to walk with an apron that may not be provided to you. You may want to walk with a knife wrapped for the sole purpose of peeling the provision, not as a weapon. Don't walk with a knife. Knives. Don't walk with a knife. Don't walk with the knives. I was just told that I shouldn't encourage persons to walk with knife or knives. So the committee would provide the knives. Give the committee a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. They're looking out for you, they're looking out for us, they're looking out for all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a keenly contested impromptu competition today, day 2, just like yesterday. And I would like again to commend our 3 judges who were tasked with adjudicating this event. In the persons of Paulette Hanley, Dinah Taylor, and Sonia Pemberton. Ladies and gentlemen, each judged each participant out of 10. So there were 3 judges, so the maximum total that any one person could have gotten would have been 30. Now, the winner won by 1 point. Second placer was tied. And the other person was 1 point behind. I'm going to call the points, and I'm going to call the name of the winner and the winner's points. One person scored 20 points. Round of applause. Another 2 persons scored 21 points. Give them a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, your impromptu winner for Day 2 of Poets in the Square 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, amassing a grand total of 22 points. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Shafton Liburd. And you are asked kindly to come and recite your poem again. Congratulations, Mr. Liburd. You have won yourself a ticket for tonight's for tonight's event, the Talented Youth. And you know, he's a judge, you know. He has judged many shows over the years. I don't know if he's going to judge tonight or sometime. Shafton, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you all very much if you cheat to me. Oi. And I must admit, maybe that is one of the reasons why I have shied away from composing and so on. I help people and give ideas. I usually stay out of competition. I don't like to lose. Them judges, a common feature in so many areas. No matter the occasion, they're bound to be present. Be it on a stage or just a writer circle, the expertise come into play. Truth be told, they really have to work hard, sifting out the competitors while competing with the crowd. In the school, in the community, or even in the church, they all seem to have the same DNA, because at the end, you are sure to hear them judges cheat.
You know, to the end, Shafton said them judges cheat. Shafton, you think them judges cheat a while ago?
Well, I didn't say that I said you're going to hear it. You're going to hear it.
Well, I haven't heard that they cheat, so I guess it was fairly judged. Congratulations again. And they recognize a good thing when they see it. Thank you, Shafton. Just like to say a special good afternoon to my cousin Jerry, who is visiting from Florida, and her husband. Good afternoon. Joy, really haven't seen you in over 30 years. Nice to have you at Poets in the Square. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of day 2 of Poets in the Square. We are happy that you were able to make it here with us this afternoon, and we would be even more grateful if you would be with us tomorrow. Tomorrow, Wednesday, would be a really exciting one. We are asking you to come and remember that we're going to have provision peeling. Walk with an apron if you so desire to. Ladies and gentlemen, right after, DJ Woodis would provide you with some sweet sounds. So we said to you, whatever you do, support Culturama 51. Remember, Culturama would only be what you make it. So ladies and gentlemen, have a safe walk, a safe journey, whatever you're going to do. Or one other thing, it would be remiss of me if I didn't make this announcement. An elderly person just met me in the square, and he said to me that I should say to us all that when you are disposing of your trash, especially those that would leave a stench, please to dispose of it elsewhere. So I just thought that I would mention it, so all, not just who are here, but those who are viewing, could hear and understand. A special good afternoon to those who joined us via online. Good afternoon. My name is Roger Fyfield. Have a good afternoon. May God bless you, and may God bless us all. See you tomorrow.
Please no speeding on the road. Please no speeding.